on YouTube? It's your boy Chaz Custom Model Cars coming at you guys with a real cool model kit review. It's on a very awesome kit, and I like this kit a lot. I've been searching for it for a while. Been hoping to find one with a cheaper price, but everything seems to be going higher for the same kit. But finally I was able to, after I won the auction for the Honda, I was able to score this kit for $27.99 on the Buy It Now section. And this one came all the way from Florida, which all the other kits were either coming from Iran or Russia or Japan, and they were like really high priced kits. So all these other kits that are the same as this one were just a little too ridiculous in the price range for me. So having this one for $27.99 from the US, that was really cool. It was like it was meant to be. So but yeah, it's on a really great kit. But before I share this model kit with you guys, I want to give a special shout out to everybody who commented on my last video, on the Honda model kit review video. I want to thank you guys for all your well wishes. I really do appreciate it. You guys brought my spirits up, and I can't thank you guys enough. I mean, you guys are totally awesome, so thank you again. So back to the model kit. Let me share with you guys what it is. It's on the 124 scale Toyota Soarer 3.0 GT by Tamiya. I wish that the seller would have took some time to bubble wrap this box because it got pushed in a little bit, but it's all good. Nothing got broken. But I'll share with you what happened to the body a little bit. So a little warpage going on, but it's all good. This car has the race bred double wishbone rear suspension, and it's got the same engine you would find in a Toyota Supra, which is the 24 valve dual overhead cam 6-cylinder engine with a turbo and intercooler, so that's pretty awesome. And this car, I believe, is very hard to own in Japan because these are becoming a rare car. But you'll find them there, and you'll find them in England and other European countries, but you won't find them in the States. But I'm very thankful to have this as part of my kit, or as part of my collection. I'm very grateful for that. I'm in my first Tamiya car kit as well, because I have a Tamiya motorcycle kit. So, but on a scale of 1 through 10, I do give this a high 7 due to the fact it could be better, because Fujimi already came out with one, and it kind of almost resembles a Fujimi one. It's lacking some details. There's some details that are left out, and some details can be refined a little bit. But other than that, it's still an overall kit. Still has that Tamiya quality on it. Just a totally awesome kit. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into this video, crack this box open, and show you guys what's inside the box. Make sure you stay tuned towards the end of the video. There will be a slideshow of all the contents. So here we go. Opening up the box, as you can see, the length of it from top to bottom, it's really short, but the width is pretty nice because it fits all the parts in here comfortably and everything. With one minor little exception, the body. It was sitting a little higher than this, but it's all good. The seller that he didn't package this correctly when I received it. It was only wrapped with brown paper and no bubble wrap, no nothing. So the box did get crushed a little bit, including the body, which is nothing bad. It just bowed in the pillar here, the pillars here, and then the one on the side here. So it bent everything, but it didn't break nothing, which is great. And it also cracked my windshield, which I'll show you guys in a little bit. But yeah, I just wish that he would have bubble wrapped it instead. The Honda kit was also the same way. It was wrapped with brown paper, and it was not bubble wrapped. But that one fared pretty well. Nothing got crushed or anything, so just this one. But because the way the body sits in the box, it's susceptible to getting crushed or broken. So just wanted to point that out. So in the box here, you have your body. This bag has your body in there. This one has your clear parts. Let me remove that tire. This one has your clear parts, your rims, and your decals. This bag has your interior parts and miscellaneous engine parts and so forth. Then you have your tires in this bag with the poly caps. And then you have your parts bag with your suspension and engine parts. And then you get some really cool little brochures and catalogs and all sorts of good stuff of all the model kits they have. So, and RC cars and motorcycles, boats and tanks and all that good stuff. So there it is. It's all in Japanese. There's some English in there. So, and then here is the instructions, which, of course, just like every other instructions, you have the description of the vehicle and so forth, and then you've got it in Japanese, and Then you got like what tools to use and nice little cartoons and stuff. This does open out like so. So it's like a complete map of all your the diagram for the assembly. And then you have this side here. And then of course the back side is your decal placement and painting the car and other stuff here. So okay, here's the body. It's molded very, very nicely. I don't see any imperfections or that much flash or anything for that fact. I mean, that's something you'd expect from Tamiya. It's good quality molded kits. But the mud flaps are molded in, along with the door handles and some of the badges. And then you have your fuel cap. And then the back here, you've got your rear badge and you got your marker lights molded in. Kind of wish those were separate pieces, but it's all good. The rear valance is also molded in, along with the bumper, so you don't have to worry about fighting with that, getting that assembled. Overall, it's a very opened, like an open air type of body. You can see everything all in the interior. And in the front, it's all molded in. Kind of wish that also the headlight buckets and the front marker lights were not molded in as well. But it's all good. But at least they opened up the front fascia with a lot of the vents. That's pretty cool. And then you have your molded in cowl and your rad support and a little module there. But overall, I think it's very, very nice. Very beautifully molded. Can't get any better than that, right? So, and then for the wheels, or the tires actually, poly caps are molded in black. Now these go behind your rims that attach to the axle. And the tires are soft vinyl tires. They're hollow in the center, of course. The tread on this is just amazing. There's no flash, no imperfections, nothing. There is the lettering on the side. Very nice raised lettering detail. And then the rims are molded nicely. Nice see-through. And you have your center caps here, and you got your mirror inserts right here in the back. The only problem with one of these rims right here is got the holes in it. So they goofed on that, but the rest of them are perfect. So I don't know. It's going to take a little bit to clean up and whatever, but that's just a little disappointing that happened. But it's all good. The tire actually fits on here pretty well. So there you go. Looks pretty cool. Oh, there's a little flash on the tire. But it's nothing too bad, you know. So, but there you go. And then the decals here. Now, I don't know how good these decals are. They look pretty old. But hopefully they'll work out. But you got your gauge detail. You got one for the center console. You got all your badges and your license plates. So it's a very small little thing. Here you have the one-piece window system, which I told you guys about the crack. Which is unfortunate because I had to figure out how to get rid of that or fix it. I don't think that there's nothing I can really do. But it's all good. At least nothing else got broken or messed up. So, but the details in this is very, very nice. For the window trim, the raised or the defogger lines are raised, which is very nice, and it has this seam in the back. I don't know if you guys can see it. There we go. So it goes all the way down. So I don't know if that's how it's supposed to be or what, but it's all good. And the cool thing is that it's all open, so if you want to put a sunroof in it, you can. Unlike the Honda kit, which is all molded in. So, but anyways, moving along. Here's your front grille with your headlight lens covers. Very nice detail in that. And then these are the headlight lenses that go behind it. Your side marker lights, and these are your tail lights. Again, very nice crisp detail, very minimal cleaning. Because when you detach them from the tree, you're going to have to clean them. Now, these are I guess these are other little miscellaneous little lights here. And then you get a clear hood. You don't get a solid hood, so that's unfortunate, but I think it's pretty cool because you can have this propped open and close, or you can glue it down and have it, display it that way. But it just needs a little cleanup here and there. It does need some polishing because it's scratched a little bit here and there, but still very nice overall. And then here's the parts tree here. I've detached the
what do you call it, the interior tub for to take pictures a little bit easier. So, and here's the interior tub. There's nothing here on the bottom. Just got pins for easier assembly. But the center console, rear seats, and the door panels, the pedal here, and then the speakers are all molded in. Now, I wish they didn't mold these speakers in, and I wish they would have given them a little more detail on the front, but it's all good. Wish they were a separate piece. It would be easier to detail out and everything, but like I said, it's all good. It is what it is. The rear seat on the inserts has a nice leather texture to it, which is cool. Door panels are okay. I mean, it lacks a little detail, but looks pretty cool the same. You got your raised lines for, you know, where everything attaches, your seats, your dashboard that's got the second half of the center console. That needs to be removed and redone. But overall, it's a pretty nice interior tub for what it is. You have your license plate brackets and your rearview mirror, which thankfully are not molded in chrome. They are molded in white. Then you have your shifter here. Then you got your two other pedals here. You've got your battery, and you got your rear wing, your center console, the fan, a little module I think sits in the engine bay or the engine. You have your steering wheel, which is nicely detailed, your side mirrors, and your e-brake, which of course everything is going to need, you know, a little cleaning once you detach them from the tree. But overall, everything looks really good. The detail looks very nice, especially on the dash, which of course includes all the decals necessary for it. Your shifter goes here. So that's pretty nice overall. It is a right-hand drive because this car does not exist in the States. It only exists out in Europe and Japan and all that stuff. So that's unfortunate because it's a very nice car. And then here are the seats that are molded very nicely. It's got a nice textured, leather textured inserts, just like the back seats. It's got the nice bucket bolsters on there. Unfortunately, the one thing that's very disappointing is the back seat does not come with backs. It's almost like a Fujimi kit. So you need to like construct your own backs to it. And that's very unfortunate. And being Tamiya kit, that's unexpected. Same with this as well. You're going to have to like fill all that in, you know. Not that you're going to see all this, but you will see this in the back. So that needs some cleaning. Overall, though, these are very nice parts for what it is. And then for the chassis, since I've removed it from the parts tree, just wanted to share this with you guys. The chassis is molded very nicely. The raised detail looks very nice. It's got a nice texture to it. I don't know if you can see it on camera. So there it is. You can see all the nice texture that's in the chassis. So that's pretty cool. And then here's the bottom side here. Of course, nothing here you're going to see. But you will see the engine bay, which has got a molded in firewall. It's got some nice strut details here, the bolt heads. Not 100% sure. I'm going to have to look into it, but find out if this is all correct here, because it looks like it needs to be filled in, all that stuff. So it's all hollow back in here and all through here, so I'll have to look into that. But overall, it's pretty nice that, you know, the firewall is molded in with the fenders and everything like that. So moving along, let's go ahead and get into the engine first, which is the dual over the 24 valve dual overhead cam 6-cylinder engine with a turbocharger and intercooler, which is pretty awesome. But first, here you have the leftover part of your front suspension, which has got the engine cover, the bottom engine cover molded to the bottom spindles. So there you go, nicely detailed. Here is your engine, very nicely detailed. It's got the molded in starter, canister, and the engine mounts, but still overall a very nice piece. And you have your rear axle piece. It's got the really nice dust boot detail going on over there. And then you have your steering linkage, and then you have your rear windshield wiper, and then you got the bottom half of your rear suspension with the drive shaft. This is supposed to be your turbocharger with the intake and the air filter, but it could be improved a little bit more. Like the turbos could be a little bit bigger, but that's okay. That's what hobby design is for. So I'm going to try to find some turbos for that, and maybe a different intercooler for this. I don't know yet, but we'll see. Then you got your upper radiator hose, and you have your engine cover here, which you have to be very careful, because I noticed when I opened the box, this was already broken. So, but everything else is molded on, like your power steering thing and power steering pump, your alternator and whatever. But the detail on this is very nice. The engine badge right there, so hopefully you guys can see that. But there's the turbocharger, supposedly, and it lacks a lot of detail. But that's that one. Here is the plenum. I think that's what it's called, the plenum. It's got a plumbing detail molded to the side of it. It's got some nice raised detail. This is your, I guess, for the plenum itself, or part of the manifold. And then here's the rest of your manifold in the engine cover, which has got the fuel rail molded on, and you know where the wiring goes and everything like that. But overall, very, very nice, very minimal cleanup. These parts here, this is your pulley system here for your engine, of course. Lacks a lot of detail in the pulleys, but I'm pretty sure that you can use watch parts or any aftermarket items. But the fan belt assembly, or the fan belt itself, is very nicely molded. It's thin, kind of flimsy, but that's the way it should be. So you have to take some precautions in handling that. But it's not like the Revell and AMT kits at all, so it's all good. And then you got your front windshield wipers, and you have your intercooler right here, which is nicely detailed front and back. So there you go. Here you have your exhaust, which is nicely detailed. You can either open up the back end if you wanted to, port them out, but I'm just going to leave it the way it is. But again, it's very nice. Nice exhaust, nice catalytic converter detail as well. Here is the engine cradle with the upper A-arms molded in. Your front struts, which are separate. Not sure if these are gas struts or air struts, but they're just heavy duty looking, so they look pretty cool. Here's your front and rear brakes here, which do lack a little detail, but of course Pegasus has brakes that you can use, so you can order those online or whatever. That's what I'm going to do. But here's the other side of them. Still got some nice detail though. Then there's your brake booster, which of course sits on the right side of the firewall because it is a right-hand driver. But the bottle and the cap is very nicely molded. Doesn't look like a clump of plastic or nothing. But I'm not for sure about that gap, so I have to research that. But yeah, so those are pretty nice. And then you have your race bred double wishbone rear suspension. It's got nice detail. Just got to be careful you don't snag these or break these. You got your trans mount here, which is really nicely detailed as well with the bolts. And then you have your rear struts molded onto the rear spindles. This kit does come with steerable front wheels, so you get separate front spindles with the pegs for your steering rod. Here's your radiator. It's nicely detailed on the front. Unfortunately, for the back side, it does have injector pin marks. Hoping that once everything's put together, the fan will cover all that. But overall, still a nice piece. Again, as with any kit, you have to, some minimal cleanup requirement is required or whatever. You might have to clean up here and there. But overall, it should make a very nice kit. But anyways, so let me know what you guys think. Comment below. Let me know how I did on this review. Don't have anything more for you guys, so hopefully you guys enjoyed. So yeah, that's all I have for you guys. So until the next time, keep your heads up no matter what through all the struggle. Keep hope, keep faith, keep up the great work. Keep on building those models. Keep having fun. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep up the awesome projects. Keep doing it for the love of the hobby. And most of all, leave your egos away from the workbench and help other model builders with tips and stuff like that. Or, so, and if people criticize your work, take it with a grain of salt. Don't get offended by it. Just take it as a learning experience, and hopefully you guys, I inspired you all to get this model kit and to make it part of your collection. So, till the next video, it's your boy Chaz Custom, and I'm signing out. Peace.